On today's Pub Talk, we have NBA Draft Talk. Zion Williamson is going to the NBA. We will also talk about how much the NBA Draft fucking sucks compared to the NFL Draft. We will also talk MLB. Biff will have some great insight on the MLB ahead. And Chris Sims' bullshit list of NFL quarterbacks will be on the show today. We will also have one of the weirdest sports for each person out here on the table tonight. And we will also have 6 fruity beers and ciders to round out the show. Pub Talk is brought to you by Route 11 Chips. With their superior ingredients and secret recipe, you have to try a bag today. Check out your local Food Lion and Giant and Martin's grocery stores and grab a bag today. All right, let's get this thing started. Alrighty, people, welcome to Pub Talk. The name's CJ, always hosted by the coach as well, next to me. And once again, on today's episode, we have Pat and Biff once back again. How we doing today, Pat?
Can't complain.
How we doing today, Biff?
Glad to be
here.
here.
No one cares. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the NBA draft. We're going to go ahead and start right into this thing. The NBA draft has now ended. Of course, they have the lottery draft that happens about a month before, I want to say. And that's probably more hype for the lottery draft than the actual NBA draft because, well, we saw what happened with the Pelicans and their ticket sales staff who was jumping all around and so excited that they actually were going to get Zion Williamson. And you saw Zion Williamson going, damn it, I got to go with the Pelicans now. But with the trade now, you have a lot of good players coming in, including Zion. They're going to be set up for a long time. And also, you have R.J. Barrett, who is his teammate, going to the Knicks. You have Ja Morant going to the Grizzlies. Sorry, Ja. But that's all the NBA draft really has, is those first couple of picks. There's not really much to talk about the NBA draft because it really fucking sucks compared to, like, the NFL draft. Because not many players make that much of an impact. And even analysts will say, like, there's not going to be much impact other than, like, probably the top 10 picks. You're not going to get many players who will come in and be an impact if you're drafted in, like, the second round? You're not going to get that. And in the NFL, what was it, Miles Sanders? He got drafted by the Eagles. He's going to make an impact right away. You have players like that. You have 7th-round draft picks. You have undrafted free agent rookies. George Aston here from the Shenandoah Valley. We'll see if he can get it done up there in Denver. You have players like those that are going to make an impact. But the NBA draft, like I said, there's a lot of hype that goes around it, but once you get into the draft, it's really freaking boring. It really is boring. And so that's all we wanted to talk about the NBA draft, though, because the NBA draft is done. It's a sports topic, but it still sucks.
I think what really hurts this, and it's just my opinion, but I think what really hurts the NBA draft is I think that there's a problem with recognizing who these guys are because there's so much one-and-done kind of stuff. You know, if I can play college basketball, and I only got to play for 1 year of college basketball, and then I can join the NBA.
And even LeBron, he didn't even play.
Right. And, well, they don't have that anymore. You can't do that anymore. So I think this one and done kind of hurts it. You were talking about millionaire teenagers, and I don't think that's a very popular thing with a lot of people. But, you know, you're talking about guaranteed contracts. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. Unless you're that top tier guy, I mean, look, let's face it, Zion Williamson, that cat can play.
He's a tight end in the NFL, basically.
Yeah, I saw conflicting reports about his actual height. Was he 6'7"? Was he 6'8"? Was he even a little bit taller than that? I don't know. I don't know. I just think he's a big impact player.
I mean, have you seen like Draymond Green in that video at Michigan State when he was a football player? Yeah, he's not a tight end, but now he plays in the NBA. Zion could absolutely play football.
I'm just saying, Zion Williams, when that mofo jumps, he's got a rocket stuck up his ass.
Yeah, he plays big. You know what I mean? He giant dunks, all this stuff, and he hustles. I think he's good for the NBA. I think he brings.
He's going to sell a lot of tickets.
Yeah, I think
the
so.
fucking jersey numbers
so.
are going to be ridiculous.
Sell a lot of tickets.
I think you're right. That whole revenue stream, and I think that's why it was so big. You know, R.J. Barrett. I feel bad for that kid because he's
Going
going to
to
go
the
to New
Knicks.
York,
Yeah.
and the Knicks
Are
freaking
absolutely horrific.
But they suck because their front office blows. So that doesn't help him. And then he's going to go to New York. Ah, man, if there's two places you want to go, one of them. I mean, New York Knicks. Come on. I don't know.
I mean, but if you compare the NBA draft to the NFL draft, I mean, like you're looking at.
There's no one and dones. Those guys.
Well, they're
You've
not
seen them
only
play
one and
for.
done, but football's way more complicated than just having a superstar that's going to score a bunch of points and sell a bunch of jerseys.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you
but
have
it's
some-
one of the
but
big
you have-
four. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
but you
is
have,
that
I mean, like you have some of those guys in the NFL. I mean, let's be honest. Like Kyler Murray's right like that. He's going to show up, sell a bunch of jerseys, and he might do really good things for you, sure. But
He's gonna
it's
be
not like the
another RG3.
NBA where you can have one or two superstars and be pretty fucking good and move on like that. The NFL isn't like that at all. So like when you have like if you draft a guard, a lot of people aren't going to look at it, but like if you actually like follow your team and you'd be like, okay, yeah, that he can actually be pretty good for us. Where in the NBA, it's just like, oh, we got Zion.
Right.
Okay, well,
And who else?
we're going to score a bunch of fucking points. And
We're gonna go take a nap on the bench while you're-
the huge trade with the Lakers brings players to them. So it's not like you just drafted him
They
and he's
draft-
the only one.
yeah.
You know, they got 3 players from the Lakers and some experience, and those guys are not old. You know, the one guy's been in the Lakers for 3 years. You know, so he has experience. Zion needs experience to learn from. You can't just throw him out the deep end of the pool and expect him to survive. But I think one of the things that's really interesting when I was looking at the way this draft was set up, and then they started evaluating it, it's not the same as Gruden's quarterback challenge, you know, where he grills these guys. There was a sports company that their analytics, you know, they go over the numbers, and based on what he's done as a college player, being a one-and-done guy, they projected him to score just under 19 points per game, 9 rebounds, and roughly about 4 assists per game. Now, it didn't say anything about blocks. I was looking and looking and looking. It didn't say anything about blocks. But what it did say, when the numbers were crunched and they analyzed it, they basically said that there's a 75 to 76% chance that he will play at all-star level. And at the time that this came out, and in the time that this analytics have come out about a player's potential to be an all-star, he's 10 points higher than Kevin Durant when Kevin Durant came out. So Zion Williamson has huge upside, huge upside. I hope he does well. But a lot has to go in it in order for him to do well. So,
And also, I might only watch 10 games total next year. So that's how much I care about the
I don't
NBA.
even think I even fucking turned the TV on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I didn't watch one full game.
But we're going to go ahead and move on to your sport,
did,
though,
faggots.
which is baseball. Okay? The MLB is now getting closer to the All-Star break, and we're going to go ahead and start off by breaking down the division leaders. Your Yankees are in first place, of course, in your division of the East.
he's got a 5-game lead over the Rays.
Yep.
And then what else is new? The Dodgers have the most wins right now, and they will blow
Right
it
now.
later in the year.
Hey, don't be
now.
talking shit about my Dodgers now.
Well, when you lose 2 World Series in a row, when you're the best team in baseball, it's
When
hard
you
not
lose to the team that Biff hates the most in their division, that's a problem.
Well, they got a 12-game lead, and they have the best record in baseball right now. They were the fastest to 50 games in there. In the last time they did it was 1977 when they won a
I'm
world
pretty sure
championship.
Clayton
so.
Kershaw has a lot to do with that. But
Well, you know, he's not been. They're saving him. You know, a lot of rest has done him well, and we'll see as the season goes on. He has to be a playoff performer, and that's one of the things that he's not.
Clayton
been able
Kershaw
to do.
and playoff performer in the same sentence, you're probably going to get a mixed batch
You know,
of emotions.
let's
right
get back let's go back into the division look, and let's take a look at the Twins. I've been spending time checking out the numbers on the Twins. You know, they're on pace to hit 327 home runs as a team. 327, that's huge.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, well, they hit 100 in the first 50 games.
And they're so good on the road right now, too.
Yeah.
They got 26 wins and 14 losses on the road. That's a better percentage than their home winning percentage right now.
Right.
And their differential for runs scored and runs average, runs allowed, is 105 plus. That's
You know,
insane.
They're hitting the shit out of the baseball right now. And the Minnesota Twins are relevant in baseball, which is, you know.
and who the hell do they have? Joe Mauer.
Joe Mauer, I don't think it's been a couple years, I bet. And then in the same division, you have the Cleveland Indians, who are just as good at hitting the shit out of the ball. And then also, well,
Houston.
Houston. Well, they've been a talk of the town for the past couple of years because they've had the same group of guys ever since they won.
They drafted well a few years back, and it's paid off. The Astros are very strong. They got a 7-game lead over the Rangers, and I'm not even sure the Rangers are competent there. So the Astros are in much the same way right now as the Dodgers
that
are.
competent since Josh Hamilton.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, but I think we need to talk about the division that the Nationals are in because this past week, Max Scherzer was shown on video bunting, and it was not a bunt because he failed. He took it to the face, and he got a black eye, and he still pitched that night, and he did an amazing job too.
Black eye and all. What he had, I think it was 10 strikeouts.
With one eye?
Yeah. I think it was 10 or it was either 10
You
or 12.
only need one arm.
Was it the brown or the blue one? Which one was it? 'Cause that
Put
could've-
your good eye on it, boy.
that could have been a difference. I mean, the blue eye.
I saw your glove all the way out to the stands. I was like, okay, I got you.
I'm about to say, if it was the brown or the blue one, I mean,
We'll
you
stay in
probably
that
got different odds, especially in sports like that.
We'll stay in that division, CJ. They got the Nationals at 7.5 games behind the Braves.
Oh, well, Josh will roll over in his grave then, I guess.
And then you have the struggling Phillies.
Inconsistent
And
is what I would love to say.
where is the hype behind Bryce Harper?
It's in his pocket.
Is he even on his team?
It's in his
I'm about to say,
pocket
is
in
he
his
even
house.
playing? Like,
Yeah, he is playing, but he is not the Bryce Harper everybody bragged about.
not
They're at a
even close.
-8 differential, and they're in second place of their division. That's crazy. And yeah, you just signed $330 million for Bryce Harper.
That son of a bitch is sitting on a fat pile of cash, laughing his ass off, relaxing.
Well, and so is Manny Machado for the San Diego
Hey,
Padres.
Manny Machado is still hot, though. He is in the hot seat.
Yeah, well, you saw that he got suspended for one game.
Well, that's because the umpires
But-
are a bunch of douchebags, but we won't get into that.
Angel Hernandez and Joe West and those guys, yeah,
Yep.
they're.
I mean, I don't blame guys for losing their patience every now and again.
I mean, you get these guys umpires that work half a year and still making $100,000
it's a
a year.
part-time job, and they're making six figures right there.
And
It's like a porn star.
they're
but,
still
like,
going to mess up.
And they get yelled at for it as well. Like both of them get yelled at. And so
It was like a what?
what?
It was like a what?
Porn star.
It's like
I
a
heard
porn
that.
star. They get a part-time job basically, and they get paid like six figures. Come on now, you gotta get on
Patrick's
the ball.
contemplating
I was
something
about to
down
say,
the side
what the
now.
fuck am I doing?
I need to find someone down in Florida. See you later, Dad.
All right, so we're
Yeah,
we got
sorry,
the
Dad.
All-Star game coming up. We've got some leaders here. The Astros have 7 players going into the All-Star game, along
That's
with
it?
the Braves and the Cubs, who also have 7. And you got the Yankees coming in with 6.
Are you counting on your boy to win the home run derby though?
Which one?
Judge,
I want Sanchez to win it.
you really want Sanchez? I don't know.
Which Bronx Bomber? Which one? Wait, where is
I
the
thought you
All-Star
weren't
game
high on
anyway?
immigration.
Oh my god!
I thought you wanted the wall.
The Dominican Republic can put out some
Hey,
baseball
but
players.
if you can hit a baseball over the wall,
You just don't want to go
come
on
on,
vacation
you're coming
there.
through, baby.
It's okay if you were from there, but you don't want to
You
go
know,
on vacation.
you know why
there.
Mexico doesn't ever make it past very far in the Olympics because all the good runners and jumpers in the U.S.
Ba-dum-bum.
So back to hitting home runs and
Sorry, folks. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Park's closed. Moose out front.
So-
Should have told you so.
Well, one of the things
The
about the
fuck
MLB though is that one of the things about the MLB though is that it is the only sport that is going on right now, but a lot of people just seem to not like it. I mean, going to the ballpark is a great atmosphere and all, but finding these games going on during the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, it's hard to go out to the ballpark. And also, it's a 162 game season. And these games can get rain delays, and they'll still play them in the middle of the day. They'll wait like 3
They'll
hours.
fucking throw a double header out in the middle at fucking noon.
Exactly. And so I wanted to talk about that. Like, the MLB is probably, I would put it as my third favorite sport out of the big four, with the NBA in last, the NHL in second, and then the NFL in first. Of course it is. But the reason I say the MLB is third is just because of the long season and just having those games for the players. And also, you want to sell all those tickets to fans?
If you want to watch a baseball game, if you watch the stats, watch towards that postseason when you see the ticket sales going up. Everybody wants to watch the end of the season.
Exactly.
They don't want the mid-season.
How are those organizations, though? I know they don't have the cap or anything for these players, but how are they not struggle financially with these games?
Because they're selling fucking beer for $12 and a fucking hot dog for $7.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And guess what? I'm getting like 5 of them each. Oh my God, just take my money. But like, I'm
Coming
talking
from the cheapest dude we know.
Who's
$7
the host?
a hot dog.
Who's
I'll
the
take
host here?
5.
Who's the host here?
Yes, sir.
You will be muted here in a sec. No, it's okay. I'm talking about those games in the middle of the day. Yeah, you're right though that they do have very inflated prices on these concessions, but
I also think it comes back to just where we are as a society. You know, streaming's such a big deal now, and
That's why I'm
not
sa-
so many people are watching TV itself, which is where you get the games and stuff. So I feel like that has something to do with it.
I'm sitting in my work truck at work watching the MLB app. You're exactly right. I will not sit at home and watch the TV. I'd much rather watch it on my phone.
But that's why I'm saying, how are these organizations not struggling financially in terms of ticket sales? Because, like I said,
They probably are. However, like, it's a business. You find other sources of revenue.
Advertisement, sales, jersey sales. You got players pitching in with their sponsorships. With their sponsorships being connected to the teams, they're making money off of that.
And I wanted to go into that by saying, do you think that there should be some better attractions at these games? Like, honestly, because the seventh inning
We talking about
stretch.
cheerleaders?
Well, yeah, in a way, maybe bull riding. I don't know. Out in the middle of the field, just bring a bull out.
Between the innings?
Yeah, just between the innings. I mean, come on.
Hey,
Oh,
you got
you mean
the
I
Nationals.
see what you're talking about. So you're talking about the games that you see like at the minor league ballparks and the events that they have between
Yeah,
innings.
like the Durham Bulls.
Right,
Hit the
just-
bull, win a steak or something.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's during the game, CJ.
Okay,
Jesus.
but it still counts, I feel.
Well, I'm just talking about, you remember they play the little games of water balloon catches and all
Yep,
the stupid
have the
shit
kids
that
come
the kid-
out and
yeah.
throw
And-
it around.
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
And what you got the Nationals? What is it? The presidential race? That
Yeah,
they have?
exactly. And freaking Teddy always winning out there. I don't understand how.
Why are you hating on Teddy?
Because he's got the big ass head out there. Okay, he's wobbling around. He's about to fall over.
And
But
then
I'm
what,
saying,
who's the guys? What team is it that has the freeze guy?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, dude. That
has
Olympic
anybody ever
sprinter.
beaten
No.
him?
Nope.
Nobody's beaten him.
Nope.
I've
He'll-
seen guys fall over trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, they'll pass him and he'll fall over on their face.
but like, and to go off of that, I wouldn't mind having just some fun game going on during the innings because once again, this adds to the time of the game. These MLB games could go on forever. Okay,
You get these 14-inning games. And
exactly, and then you also have a batter hit the ball foul like 5 times in a row, and you go, when is it going to end? Is there no limit on these foul balls?
Hit a digger or strike
yeah,
out.
These guys
Make up your
coming
damn
up hitting
mind.
20 pitches on one batter.
You ever think like the manager will literally come out of the dugout and just yell, "Hit the damn ball!"
Throw it at his fucking head.
Exactly. just get him on base. You got it, boss. But and that's one thing is that yeah, you're getting 3-hour plus games, and not a lot of people have attention spans that long
I
to
don't.
sit there. So and then at the game, everyone's like, "Oh, go to a game. It's America's pastime." I'm sorry, people. The MLB isn't America's pastime anymore. Football is the right way to go. High school football, college football, NFL. My attention span
Golf.
can
Oh my God.
my attention span can keep up to date with football. I can follow everything. And it's not just because I follow the game and have been around it for the longest time, but the NFL, there's always action going on. Okay, in the MLB, you'll get a guy who will take a swing, back up, chomp on his lips, chomp on his sunflower
Talk
seeds.
shit to the catcher.
Exactly. Tighten his gloves 17 times on his
Readjust
right
his
hand.
cup.
Yeah, exactly. And then he'll go up and then he'll throw his arm up to the ump to step back and chomp his lips again to tighten his glove on his left arm. Like that's ridiculous how the MLB is just like, you can't do that anymore. Get into the batter's box. You're getting paid $330 million.
Not for 162 games.
I
That's
know
a
we've got
lot of
to have them
games.
hustle.
back onto the ticket sales. I feel like foul balls are playing an issue there. You got kids getting injured in the foul ball territory.
The players are taking offense to it as well. You saw the Cubs.
Yep.
One of their players, he was in tears basically
Yep.
because it's out of their hands. They can't do anything about it.
I know Todd Frazier, when he played for the Yankees, he had a bat hit a little girl in the head.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I know
And,
what you're talking about.
But there's been talks. There's 2 teams so far that are hopping on board to extending the netting all the way to the foul poles now.
all the way out there.
All the way
Wow.
to the foul poles, the whole foul line.
That's a lot of stadiums, and that's a lot of money to do that.
And I've been hearing that all the teams are going to follow in line with that.
That's going to lose a lot of fans, though. I will say
I
that
know
because
these guys they're paying money for these close seats just to catch a foul ball.
exactly, and also to just breathe the farts of the catcher and
Yeah,
batter. That's
yep.
all they're there for in the back. What?
Hey,
Tell me I'm wrong.
You pay extra to smell jock itch.
Tell
No,
me,
I
I'm
would
wrong.
not. No, I would not.
Tell me,
What's wrong with
What
you?
the fuck are y'all talking about?
maybe catch a booger from Angel Hernandez.
No.
Why
No.
not?
You want to
what
get
do you
that
mean,
close up
why
of Aaron
not?
Judge itching his ass? I mean, come
No,
on.
I would not.
Take a picture of it, post it on Instagram, get like 6 likes. Yeah.
You get that 6,000 views of Aaron Judge readjusting his cup.
I don't want to see that.
Hey,
I would
women
rather
do.
not. Am I a woman?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Telling them like it is on this podcast. All right.
What's next?
So the MLB is a great couple minutes right there, but we're gonna go ahead and get into our biggest in-depth topic right now, and this is something that Biff had sent to me just the other day, a list that Sunday NFL Football basically put out. Chris Sims in his top quarterbacks list in the NFL right now. And let's go, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
It is
it is
bullshit here,
garbage.
people. His top 40 quarterbacks.
Who gave him Mr. Career 7 and 9? Mr. I threw 12 touchdowns and 18 interceptions.
You were better than that in high school, Patrick.
Well, you know, who is this guy? Who is this guy that had a whopping 16 career games, ranking these quarterbacks? I mean,
We're going to go ahead and start at the bottom of the list, though, once Coach is done ranting. here in
no,
a sec.
the guy fucking makes me mad. I'm just sorry.
So,
Jeez, I just don't know
Try
how.
ranking quarterbacks when
I don't
you've
know.
actually
I don't know
played
how
the damn
anybody.
position
I don't know
and-
how anybody gave him the credibility of something like this. I'm annoyed by it. It really irks the shit out of me.
And a lot of these are just like
For
have you
example,
seen football?
Kyler Murray at 24. Kyler Murray hasn't even thrown a pass in the NFL, and he's ranked above a guy who's won the freaking Super Bowl.
Joe Flacco.
He's ranked above how many guys?
Marcus Mariota.
He's okay. So one.
let's go ahead and start it this way.
Two.
We're going to start at the bottom of his 40. We got Tyrod Taylor. And then you go up to Colt McCoy. Starting right there, Colt McCoy.
A third string quarterback
who played
over a
and
guy-
got what he played 3 games last season and ended up getting
One.
fucking hurt.
Yeah, he broke his
One.
leg.
And
One.
a guy who's never thrown a pass in the NFL,
Right
Dwayne
above
Haskins,
him.
is ranked above him.
At 38.
And
Then you
then
got
Drew Lock.
another one, Drew Lock at 37.
Who the hell is that?
Then you got RG3 at 36.
You got
He didn't
stanky leg
even-
RG3.
He didn't even play in the NFL this year. He did. I mean, in the regular season. He played in the preseason for the Ravens. And for some reason, Chris Sims, probably related to Phil Sims, I can see the resemblance here of why he's picking him. Then you got Ryan Fitzmagic over
Fitzmagic.
Fitzmagic.
Boom, boom, boom.
So, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick over here.
Shitty.
Who is,
Sorry.
sorry.
Fitzmagic.
Fitz who?
Sorry. I'm trying to say Fitzmagic. Fitzpatrick.
Right above him,
I was
you
trying
have
to be fucking funny, and
the
I
guy
wasn't.
with the beard thing. Yeah.
right above
that
him.
guy.
You have Eli Manning, who has won 2 Super Bowls.
How the hell do you have a quarterback
Tannehill's over
who
him.
has beaten Tom Brady
Twice.
twice in
Twice.
the fucking Super Bowl?
And one was
And
against
you have
the
Ryan
17-0
Tannehill
Patriots. The 17-0 Patriots.
Ryan
Ryan
Tannehill
Tannehill.
right above him.
Yeah, right.
Ryan
What is this?
Tannehill's above him.
And then Josh Rose.
Josh
God.
Rosen.
Josh Rosen at 32.
Oh my sweet.
A guy who
And then
was still in-
Jacoby Brissett.
Hey, I will put Jacoby.
No, absolutely
Now,
not.
wait a minute.
What are you
Now, wait a
talking
minute.
about?
Wait a minute. Look at 32. Look at 23, and then look at 32.
Yeah,
Josh Allen, Josh Rosen. So Rosen is the one who's with the Dolphins. Josh Allen is with the.
Okay, but Josh Rosen is worse than Josh Allen, though.
A guy who was still in his rookie contract gets replaced by the number 1 draft
After 1
after
year.
1 season, gets traded to a team who. Sorry.
That's what they were thinking when they drafted.
And then, like Patrick said, they have Jacoby Brissett, who has played 2 starting games for Tom Brady when he was suspended.
And then
He still hasn't proven me that he's going to be a terrible quarterback. I feel like he could get the
Proven that
I'm
he's
glad that
shitty.
you
Exactly.
paused
well,
right
okay,
there.
but we're talking about
to
just
try and
like
put
right now.
emphasis on it.
Like overall, you're telling me he's better than Eli Manning.
No.
You're
Eli
telling
doesn't
me
want
that-
to be there.
You're telling me that he's better than Tyrod Taylor.
And then
Yes.
above, what?
He's better than Tyrod Taylor.
Yes.
It's Tyrod. And then you go above that, you got Lamar Jackson.
Coming
who-
from Fitz, blah, 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 it's Tyrod.
And then you got
God.
Lamar Jackson above that, who is not a good quarterback for passing wise, and he is above. Once again, Eli Manning. When we see a guy like Eli Manning all the way down here, you have to question, like, he's a 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, and all these guys are above him. Marcus Mariota, number 2 overall pick in the 2013
Inconsistent.
draft. Inconsistent at best, and he's better than Eli Manning? God, we're going to keep saying it until we find someone new. Case Keenum.
That's all you can say.
That's all we can say. On to 27.
Moving on.
Mr. Steal Your Crab Legs, James Winston at
Hey,
27. Yeah,
Gotta eat that W.
That's a
Just eat that
right
W.
there. Well, he hasn't eaten too many of those.
he's
been
eating a lot
some.
of interceptions, basically.
Well, he's been eating a lot of other stuff.
And then-
God.
And then Andy Dalton, who has proven himself
Red Rocket.
time to time, the Ginger Man
Red
at
Rider.
26.
He's like Matt Ryan light.
Then you got another Super Bowl winning quarterback, Joe Flacco, at 25. You know, he has fallen off a little bit. We'll say that.
Von Miller, I'll say it again, has said he is back to Super Bowl form and looks better than ever.
You want to tell what the media what they want to hear. You don't tell them like, "Oh yeah, he sucks. I don't know why."
Yeah,
we
the guy's
brought
on my
him in."
team. Why the fuck did we get him?
Yeah. And then right above that is probably the cake of this half of the list with Kyler Murray at 24 and Chris Sims. Hand in your resignation right now, please. You put him at 24. The man hasn't even played a game. Man hasn't even played a
He
game
hasn't
in the
thrown
NFL.
a ball in the NFL yet.
Exactly. And he deserves to be the 24th best quarterback above, once again, Eli Manning, who has
Over
won
2
2
Super Bowl
Bowls.
winning champions. Two of them. Like that's
Joe
ridiculous.
Flacco
And another one beat the Cowboys and Colt McCoy. All the rest of them haven't done really much. You got Josh Allen above Kyler Murray, who had
he shows some sparks.
He showed promise.
Yes, this past year. Then you got Sam Darnold, who is going to have some weapons with him.
promise.
Then you have Garoppolo as the 21st best quarterback.
He's good, but can he stay healthy?
Can he stay healthy? My God. And that was the issue. And then above him, you have Trubisky. And Trubisky is, I'm sure Coach has more on
I was
him.
going to say, Coach, you got something to say about that? You're a
He's
Bears
ju-
fan.
No, well, I'm just saying he's not unlike any other young quarterback. It takes time. It's not like you just don't throw a guy out there and then in this day and age with defenses and he's just going to throw the ball all over the field. It's not going to happen. But can you win with him? Yeah, and the Bears have.
Well, they showed that.
and the Bears have done that.
But is
And he'll
20
get
fair?
better. 20?
20 is fair?
That's middle of the road. That's middle of the list.
And I thought that's
And
what he
I
was.
felt
this
that was
year.
about
you know,
right.
and I don't see anything wrong with that. There's a whole bunch of picks on here. I don't see wrong with it.
Above that, you got Jared Goff at
Which
19.
is honestly a little surprising because I
That's
thought
re-
he was
That's a
better.
little low to me.
Did he not go to the Super Bowl? Did he
Yeah.
not leave one of the best offenses of all time this past year with the Los Angeles Rams? No, as
Yeah.
their quarterback. Had probably the best game on Monday Night Football ever against the Chiefs. One of the best games we've ever seen. No, not at all. So he deserves 19th. And then above that, you got Derek Carr,
Nope.
who I don't know about
Inconsistent.
Derek. Inconsistent right now. He had the one good year.
And aren't they talking about trading him?
That's what
They've been talking about that for a long time.
they were talking about that before the draft with everything going on with Kyler and Dwayne and all that stuff, but seemed like it didn't happen. Above him, you got Baker Mayfield, who I agree with the pick. I would put him a little higher, though, honestly, because he proved me a lot this past year, and he showed me that, like,
Did he
dude,
even play the full season?
no, he missed a couple of games at the beginning thanks to Hugh Jackson, but he showed promise. And these two picks above Baker should be completely switched with Nick Foles and Kirk Cousins.
Big Dick Nick.
And you're saying that Nick Foles, who's
Super Bowl champs.
Super Bowl winning quarterback, MVP Super Bowl Philly specialist catching the ball in the end zone, is worse than Kirk Cousins, who...
I think he's better than Kirk Cousins, but like you said, as long as they're flipped, that's fair to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Kirk Cousins, he got all guaranteed money from the Vikings.
Shoot, I
but
think
what
he
is
should be, looking at the next couple, he should be moved up to 13th.
Who, Nick Foles?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Then you got Matthew Stafford, who's getting...
7-9. Oh, wait, no. 9-7. There we go. That's a little bit better.
Yeah, the Lions have been, let's just go ahead and say it, awful.
They've been the Lions.
And they have been the Lions ever
They've
since
been
their
the most
inception
average
as an
football team you
organization.
can think of.
Then above that, you got a guy who's asking, and his agent is asking for close to $400 million in contract money. Dak Prescott at
Jesus.
13th.
At
And
13.
at
Above
13.
Nick Foles and Baker Mayfield and Jared Goff.
And then above
Dak
him,
Prescott.
you have the man with 25,000 kids as a father, Phillip Rivers, at 12th. He needs to keep it in his pants.
He is a solid quarterback. I will give him that. But he needs someone else to throw it to.
And he needs to shut his mouth and stop acting like a baby on the field.
Shut his mouth and his legs, but we won't go there.
Well, why are his legs spread, Biff?
I was going to say, is he the one who's taking
I'm about to
it?
say, is
He
he?
just lays there.
That's all he
then
can
why-
do
so
now.
he just lays there like,
Yep.
That's all he can do now, man.
have fun, honey.
Above that, you got Carson Wentz at 11, and I agree with it.
Oh, my God.
I do.
All right, now it's going to get bad.
I do.
Well, you know, I'm looking at some of his Twitter feeds, and he's such a cock. It's not even funny. My opinion is that any of the quarterbacks ranked in front of Breeze or Brady would have had the same success, if not better, if they were playing for the Saints or Pats. You wouldn't have done that, you fuck. That would have never happened. It's a team sport. Don't rank the quarterback according to the team wins or just stats.
then why did you do this list?
Why did you create this fuck off list then, you douche? I can't believe this. This make me fucking mad now.
Then you made your list based on unrealistic
Yeah,
expectations.
it's my list. It's my list, but I want everybody to see it. I want everybody to comment on it. But you don't like the negative comments? Fuck you. You get the negative comments because you got a stupid
You create
ass
this list and you don't expect backlash from it?
You create a fucked up list and you don't expect people to sit down. Look, I want to knock your beer over right now, Patrick. Jesus.
Hold it tightly, please.
What
Hold
did
it
I
tightly.
do? You got
Okay.
your seatbelt on?
What? For
Jesus.
You got your helmet on?
what? What did I do?
So right above
I'm
Carson
mad.
Wentz, though,
Mad.
you got
No,
Drew
I don't
Brees.
even-
I'll just tell you. I'm
No,
done
no.
talking.
Those two.
I'm done talking about this list.
I don't care if
For
you
me,
hit
don't
me,
even
just
talk
don't
to me
knock
about
over
this
my
list.
beer.
Okay, we won't talk to you, Coach.
Chris
because
Sims can lick ass because that's just
I
bad.
want to know how the fuck Cam Newton and Matt Ryan are above Drew
Don't talk
Brees
about it's
and
a team
Tom
sport.
Brady.
It's a team sport, and yet the worst teams in the NFC South are above the best teams.
I want to
and their
know how
quarterbacks
Choke
are Tom
Ryan
Brady.
is above Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I want to know how fucking Cam Newton's above Tom Brady. Are you serious?
I don't
Any
even know
of
if
them
the
are
dude's gonna
above
play
him.
Are you serious?
He's ninth.
Coach,
And you
I
know
thought you
why?
said you were
When
done.
No, I can't because Chris
That's
Sims
his,
got me fucking
that's
pissed
his
off.
lover.
Chris Sims
Tom
has-
Brady.
No, not him, but all the other quarterbacks on there.
Oh, okay.
Cam Newton,
I mean,
a guy
just
you don't
going
even
by
know
what
is
he's-
coming back.
Just by going by what he said very specifically, it's a team game. You can't.
very contradicting right now of what he's saying, basically. But and then you have to go into the top 6. Well, who does he have in the top 6? I can already see that he has Big Ben.
It's a team
And I'm not
sport.
even-
Don't rank the quarterback according to the team wins or just stats. Well, that's what you fucking do. That's how it is. That's how your team gets ranked. It's by everybody's play.
So,
it is a team game.
number one's gonna
But
be
if
a
your
third-string
quarterback
quarterback
sucks
at this
like
rate.
Chris Sims does, that's what happens. You won't have a high ranking. I'm sorry, but that's what it is.
So right now, he has players like Patrick Mahomes, Big Ben Roethlisberger. He has
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. He also has Andrew Luck. He has Deshaun Watson. And then who is the last quarterback? Oh my God, it's on.
It's going to be Alex Smith.
I'm trying to find.
Oh my
no,
God.
Please no, it can't be Alex.
Alex
What
Smith.
happens if he lost his leg? You think he'd come back and play with a
With
spatula?
a
You know what I mean?
mechanical leg.
Wait, come back and
freaking-
play with a what?
Spatula. You know what I mean? Those
No,
carbon fiber.
He's gonna be like
Carbon fiber flipper
Stephen
things.
Hawking's out there with a little
Those
hover car.
those carbon fiber flipper
Russell
things.
Yeah, that
Wilson.
looks like an ice cream scooper
It's
that's
Russell
been
Wilson.
flattened out.
That's the other one.
Russell Wilson.
It's Russell Wilson, Pat Mahomes, Big Ben. You also have Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, Deshaun Watson. Those are the six.
There's
that
three
he-
quarterbacks that deserve to be.
Well,
Okay,
you know
so
what?
Brady and
But
Breeze are in the top
I'm-
10 or in
but
the top
listening
5.
to
Should
the list
be.
that you called out, CJ, those are some freaking top quality guys.
But Tom Brady and Drew Brees are 9 and 10 out of that
Watson,
list.
he's decent, but he's had one
Well,
full
according
season.
to
Watson
this-
should be in the
according
top 20.
According to freaking Cox Sims, you have to have somebody like Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick. That's what made Tom Brady. And Drew Brees, well, he has freaking Sean Payton, and that's the reason why he's successful. Really?
No.
What,
Really?
Drew
I
Brees
hear-
was
Bill
good.
Belichick was a losing head coach before Tom Brady came into his
Do I have-
system,
do
dude.
I hear
And Drew
crickets?
Brees was good with Marty Schottenheimer.
My opinion is that any of the quarterbacks ranked in front of Breeze or Brady would have had the same success. The same. Win 6 Super Bowls.
Right.
With the
Right.
same success, if not better, if they were playing for the Saints or the
Right,
Patriots.
because Bill-
You lick ass.
Right.
Sorry, that's wrong.
Because
I
Bill
wanna see what they-
Belichick
I wanna see
was
what
a
the people
losing
say.
head coach before
I
Tom
wanna see
Brady
what people
became
say about
his
that.
quarterback.
What do they say?
Before Tom Brady became Bill Belichick's quarterback, Bill Belichick was a losing head coach. So, and then on top of that, he's not an offensive coach, he's a defensive coach. And also,
Listen to this guy. Yes, I'm sure any quarterback can easily do what Tom has done. In fact, he can do it with their eyes closed. Hard to believe a company actually pays you. If I acted this stupid at my job, I'd be future endeavored. Whatever the don't be witty ass wipe. But you know what I mean? Like, thanks. I need a good look. Thanks. I need a good laugh. Usually, I just look at your QBR.
and let's also not forget who he is related to, Phil Simms. And there's a reason why he was fired.
Well, let's
over
not say that.
Tony
So, a
Rambo.
Jets fan. A Jets fan. He says, I'm usually with you, but it's Brady that made Bill Belichick, not the other way around.
No matter what you
Belichick
say.
went 11-5 with Matt Castle. He's 13-6 overall in New England without Brady.
Okay,
Brady's a
no.
product of-
I'm gonna combat that. You
Ooh,
know
no,
why
look at
he
all these unavailable tweets.
You know why he said that Belichick was 11-5 with Castle? Because Matt Castle was still. This will be my last point. Matt Castle was still having players from the 2007 undefeated season team. He still had players like Wes Welker and Randy Moss and great running backs and a great defense. He had all those players around him still, and they
I
were
don't
still
th-
the
I
next
don't-
season.
but look, I
He still
don't
didn't
doubt-
make the
I don't-
playoffs because
I-
they didn't have Brady.
I don't doubt that Josh McDaniels plays a big part of this. Look, Tom Brady throws the ball the way he throws the ball.
But Josh McDaniels was a losing head coach in Denver.
I get that, but
And you're
we're
telling me
talking-
that
we're
it's
talking
because
about
of-
him as coordinating the offense. And what I'm telling you,
But without Brady, he is not successful.
shut your ass and let me explain. And what I'm trying to tell you is his
Ass is
game
shut.
plans. Why don't you have another fucking French fry? So I just couldn't help myself.
It's
Sorry,
the
folks,
liquor.
sorry. But you know what I mean? You develop a game plan based on the tools of your quarterback. Well, they call him 2-yard Tom for a reason because he does throw a great short route.
I'm just saying,
And
the man's
so-
got 1,000 rushing yards.
Right. Yeah, but and he does have 1,000
Hall
rush
of
yards.
Fame.
While it does have
All purpose.
something to do with it,
Hey.
I think when you boil everything down, Chris Sims, I don't know. You know, we were talking about working in the dildo factory. I'm not so
That's where
sure
he's
he's not a
going.
supervisor.
That's where we're
supervisor.
going
He could
with
be
this.
a supervisor. I'm thinking anyway.
People
I'm
get
sorry.
paid
But
a lot
I
less
just-
money.
I don't know. I think here's another thing I
Imagine
was
getting
thinking.
paid to stay,
I was
say stupid shit.
I was reading a bunch of. Yeah, we're not getting paid, but it's still fun to say stupid shit.
I know, but imagine getting paid to say that.
I know, but anyway. So here's my other point, and I was just thinking about this. What do you think about Chris Sims being a troll? What do you think about him just trolling people by creating a BS list?
If he would work for SNL, Really? For SNF.
I think it's
Well, why not?
It's possible, but
doesn't
those
it get
extra
people?
tweets-
Doesn't it get people coming to your podcast? You're unbuttoned or unzipped because you like things
he has a
unzipped.
podcast.
Yeah, he's got
Oof.
a Chris Sims
I ain't
unbuttoned.
listening.
or unbuttoned.
good.
Hey, Chris, I don't agree with what you said on the list there the other day, buddy.
Just
can tell
you
there's-
saying
you
that
should
alone
go back
made me
in
not
the
wanna watch
closet,
that.
boy.
Exactly.
I'd rather
Those are
listen
the
to Pat
collars that you
McAfee
get
take
in
a
here.
fat drag off a joint than listen to Chris Sims. But
Pat
All right.
McAfee's actually
So,
funny. but-
so we're gonna go ahead and move on before we
Let's
throw
leave
the
little
monitor to the
Christopher
ground. So we're gonna go ahead
him.
and move
Fuck
on
him.
to Coach. Let it go.
Sorry.
We're gonna go ahead and move on
we're
to
moving into funny shit
now the funny stuff of the show.
Wait, we're moving
So
into funny shit?
the world of sports is now just with baseball for the Big Four. But there are some sports out there that are absolutely hilarious, and we have decided to take a look, and we're going to share them with you while we're doing this podcast. We're actually going to be watching these on the
Let's
monitor
get some
here.
whooshu going. Get
So,
some whooshu.
we're gonna go ahead and
You gotta
start
check
with-
that shit out, fellas. If you get a chance, check out whooshu. Some competition kung fu shit. It's awesome.
We're going to start
Especially
with
the chicks and
coaches.
the spears.
We're going to start with Coach's
Oh.
weirdest sport, and it is called cheese rolling.
Cheese rolling. You know what they do in this thing, and we're gonna watch a video here in a bit, and we'll comment on it. Is they
And this
roll
is a
hunk of-
professional thing.
They roll a hunk of cheese down a hill, and they chase after it, and the first one to reach it wins. And what do? They give you a hunk of cheese for it. And it was started in Gloucestershire, the UK, back in 1826. And look at the steepness of this hill. Is that dude a ninja? Holy
Yeah,
shit! You see
fuck
him?
that.
was
You're
an
not
Asian-
going to see him coming down the hill
That was an
after the
Asian.
cheese.
Look at how steep that fucking hill is.
There's a lot of people there
see it.
watching.
Why are
I see
so
a lot
many
of
people here to
torn
watch this?
ACLs.
Well, you
Biff
know
would
what?
go to this. I could see Biff
they're
going to this.
sneaking
for one,
in.
I love
the guy,
fucking
the
cheese.
guy who wins this,
Yeah,
the
I'm
guy
sure
who
that's why
won
you would
this
go.
year,
And
is,
that's why stupid people bust their ass for
the guy's
for
the defending
cheese.
champion. He tore his calf. Yeah, but I
We're blown away. Honestly,
You're blown away by cheese rolling, man. Come
They
on.
they shouldn't call this cheese rolling. They should just call this natural selection and let these fucking
Natural
people.
selection.
Like they should just let people fall down the hill and be like, oh well, if you get hurt, well, sorry, you
Yeah,
wanted
here
to
comes the
you
cheese.
wanted to jump down the hill.
one of
After
the
some
things.
cheese.
One of the things that also amazes me is that it's all wrapped up, but the cheese doesn't come apart. I mean, that thing just barrels ass down the hill.
All right,
And
they're getting
watch
ready to
these
go.
people.
Oh my
fucking go.
God!
Look at these
Look
dudes.
at that!
Oh my
Oh,
God!
look at that dude in the blue! Look at that dude! Oh,
Oh my God!
That fucking cheese
Go
is
get their
gone.
cheese.
That
Jesus
cheese
is
is gone.
Go get the cheese.
Go get the cheese.
Who gets it? They have no clue where they're even at this point.
It's in the
Look at-
bushes.
back that up a little bit, dude.
Oh my
Back that
God,
up like
that
10
dude.
seconds. Right there. Okay, now let's put pause.
He just-
Pause. Right there. The dude, right? He's coming right down in the middle in the blue
He's
shirt.
got the blue shirt.
Oh,
He's
this
got really
one
right
long
there.
hair.
This
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
he
yeah.
face plants like a.
Oh!
He face planted. That's
Well,
what I'm talking about.
You didn't
people.
get your cheese and you got your face hurt there,
Yeah,
bud.
they're not finding that cheese. That thing's still
That
rolling.
was awesome.
Did you see it rolling like
So
into the bushes
cool.
back there?
Yeah.
They ain't even
They
made
were
it three
talking
They
quarters
about-
of the way
have
down
no
the hill.
idea where they're
In
at.
I was looking back at some
Let's
of the
see a different
YouTube-
perspective here.
Yeah, watch him coming down the hill.
Oh my God,
That
that guy's I know.
Oh my God! It almost took his head off.
Go, big
Oh,
man,
that
go!
cheese is gone.
And here comes
Look
the
at his
dude.
arms.
that guy.
Oh, he came back out.
Saved it.
Why does that guy have a freaking vest on the jacket?
Oh,
Oh my
Oh
God!
my God, he's taking it like a champ.
What
is
the
that guy
fuck
He's
is
wearing a
wearing?
dragon outfit.
Is this freaking Dragon Tales?
Awesome. You just fell like 1,000 feet.
This is unreal. Okay, so that's cheese rolling.
cheese rolling. That's
That
what I
is a
meant.
great
Cheese
been
rolling
around-
at Cup
been around
Cooper's
for
Hill.
been around for almost 100 years in the UK. The thing I like about it the most, and why I selected it, I don't know that it's weird as much as it is stupid. That I'm going to run down a fucking hill after a log of cheese.
Not
but
even
the
the
thing
fucking
about-
log
Not
of
even
cheese.
catch it.
right, but the thing about
Bust my ass. And then
Maybe
maybe
get some cheese.
Get some cheese.
yeah,
so-
I blew out both collarbones, but I got a lump of cheese stuffed up my ass.
So we're gonna
All
move
right,
on.
but no, okay. Well, just give me a second. Is
Okay.
that the thing about it is there could be more than one round. You know what I mean? It's not like that race takes
Is
a
it
long
like a
time.
final four or final two?
Well,
or
yeah. I
something?
mean, they're doing
Sudden
multiple
death.
heats and stuff and roll it down. And every year they say that it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And like I said, it's been almost for 100 years now. 94 years, something like that. Been around a long time.
Just
And
take
it
your
looked
L
like
and
it was
leave.
written there.
Just take your L.
Okay.
Crazy.
So moving on to the next sport, we have Biffs, and this is called Redneck Games, and this one is called Barbie Jeep Racing. And well, I hope it's in the title, and I hope we get to see it. So we're gonna go ahead and play this thing.
You gotta let him hear it.
All wearing jeans and boots.
Oh my God.
So these
And
guys
tank
are
top.
That
Dude,
dude
got
running
tank top.
down the hill.
none of these guys
That
look like
dude's falling,
Barbies.
fall.
None of these guys.
Dude, he's going. He's going.
Oh.
That dude doesn't even have a shirt on.
One guy looks like, oh my God. These
Here's
all
the
look-
Barbie Jeeps. They got to
Oh
run
my
back
God.
up the hill.
What the
Why,
hell is
why
that?
did he just do a front? Nobody's cheering for you.
Well,
How many beers do you think he's had before he did that?
These all look
Here
he's
like
come
had
the
a half a
Jeeps.
case.
Oh no.
all
Here
look-
come the Jeeps up the hill. This shit's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
no.
His legs are on the roof.
That's not a Barbie Jeep. That was a John
Oh
Deere
my
tractor.
Oh my! Oh, he just hit a rock with his head.
That's why he's wearing the helmet there, CJ.
Look at that.
It's probably he probably ain't saving much.
Why don't we see Barbie's rack there?
There we go.
Oh, face plant.
Even
No,
on the pink one.
That's a Barbie four-wheeler right there.
Pick it up and go. You still
This,
got
this
it.
originated in Dublin, Georgia.
In Dublin, Georgia. Gotcha.
just down
That guy
there.
looked like he
I
didn't
just
even.
got home from Georgia
He's
today.
picking it up and walking it to the finish line.
That's not a Barbie Jeep.
That dude's got a beer in his hand. That guy's got a cup in his hand. Oh, he's got a skirt on.
That is a look at that.
Oh, I
He's
thought
got a
you-
freaking tutu.
Oh my God!
You think
And
that's a woman?
So, no, that's a man.
That has to be
Look
a
at
man.
him stumbling.
So-
oh my god.
Oh man.
The rules are you have to bring every piece of your Barbie Jeep to the bottom of the hill.
But he
I'm
didn't.
telling
He
you,
forgot
he
the
just left
Jeep.
the whole fucking
He forgot
Jeep.
the Jeep.
There's no way that's a woman.
Boof.
I'm guaranteeing that's a woman.
Ow.
Ow! The announcer is so
Ow.
enthusiastic. Ow! That must hurt. Ride that pony. He says.
My balls hurt just watching this.
So
Oh my God.
this is called racing. How the fuck do you win?
Fastest time to the bottom.
I'm telling you, that's a woman, isn't it?
Well,
That
she
is
looks-
definitely a man. He's
that
got a
is
beard.
a man.
Are you sure?
That dude is hammered. Or it may be a woman.
There we go. We're about to find out.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
man.
Look at that dude.
That dude's
Oh, he made
freaking
it.
rolling.
He
That dude
freaking
rocked
made it.
All right, CJ. So besides the
Look
Barbie
at
Jeep
that.
racing,
We just paused it on that. I just love that chick right there. I'll salute those tits. Look at that. Holy cow.
all right. So besides the Barbie Jeep racing, you have the cigarette flip. You have bobbing for pig's feet, seed spitting, toilet seat throwing, mud pit belly flop, big hair contest, wet T-shirt contest,
Right there she is.
armpit serenade, bug zapping, dumpster diving, and hubcap hurling.
You just said big hair contest.
Who's got the best mullet?
Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying like the thickest hair.
Nope.
What? This is all new to me right here. But this is like your cousins and brothers out here doing
Hey, that's
this
my
type
Uncle
of
Jim
stuff.
right there in the background.
No, look at her though.
Oh, Coach, for the love of God. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So-
Couldn't help myself.
That is the end
I was
of
displaying my heterosexuality.
the Barbie racing right there.
Now we've got
We're gonna move on to Patrick's, and he has chess boxing. In the video that we're watching, yes, you can already sense the boringness.
and no, we're not talking about chest. We're talking about the fucking board game
Like
chess.
like there's a board, so you have a chess table in the boxing ring,
and this
and they're
video,
sitting like shirtless with towels on their backs because after a certain amount of time or something, they just beat the hell out of each other.
well, like this video is also the World Chess Boxing Championship. This is the top 2 players in the world. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Being careful and avoiding the risk of
And avoiding the risk.
Their hands are taped up.
These guys are
because they
literally
got to throw their gloves on
these guys are really wearing headsets and
What
towels
I
right
was say,
now.
what's the point of the headsets?
so they don't have the.
Do they really have a coach radioing into
yeah,
them?
but what's the headset on for? then?
Soundproofing, so they don't get distracted while
That
playing.
guy's job looks fantastic to stand there.
Distracted.
Make sure,
for the audience.
Oh, that-
time.
oh,
here we go.
I'll
They're
come
standing
the
up to knock each other out.
It's time to put away the chessboard. Each man now becomes
You have some
his
fancy
own
British
fighting football
commentator
as the
that's
gloves
trying
go
to make it
As
act
the
like
gloves
it's
go
elegant.
off.
The two men are being careful, feeling each other out.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
The first attack comes from Nikolai.
Okay, if you're big into chess, chances are you're probably not that good at boxing. So it's probably a bad combo.
I'm just saying, every hit knocking a brain cell out, you're forgetting what your last move was.
Wait, where am I?
Take my bishop, will you, fucker?
All right, this is a snooze fest. I'd rather watch
my
Floyd
God.
Mayweather.
If we were throwing spaghetti, that shit would just fall right off the wall. That would
Hold on,
just-
are they about to talk shit and then go? Yeah, I'll see you on the next set. And they go
I'll see you on the board.
yeah, what's up? You a bishop, okay?
Now they go back to the board?
Yeah, they go straight. How do you not stop yourself from just punching that dude in the face?
Just reach across the table and deck him and end it.
Yeah, how do you not stop yourself? They
Well,
actually.
this, I think his falls into the same line as my cheese rolling. It's not strange. It's just fucking stupid.
You think that's fucking stupid? Just wait till the next video, which is mine. This is called extreme ironing, okay?
Oh, my God. That dude has an ironing board.
Hey, for you housewives out there, just remember they have a competition for you.
This dude's on a cliff with an ironing board taped to his back.
And he's going down a cliff. Let's go ahead and watch
Yeah,
this.
but how do you iron? I mean, you got electrical cord, too?
I'm about to say he's got
That's
an
the
electrical cord.
expense, coach.
What are you? What?
Look,
the-
he
Oh
is
my God.
ironing
Is that
under
on
a
his lap?
waterfall.
He's ironing over his. Okay, so he's in a cave.
The video says basically it's ironing,
you
but
serious?
it's
No way.
he's ironing in a cave. He's
Look,
ironing in
he's
the middle
New
of the
York
street.
City.
They try to make it so elegant.
They're tag
is that
teaming.
guy-
It's a teamwork. It's a team sport, people.
Latest danger sport. Are you kidding me?
This guy's nickname is literally Steam.
They're okay. Now they're ironing on kayaks in the middle of a
I
lake.
got the kayak.
Yeah, get that stain out. Get
Look,
that.
here they go down.
If there's
Its inception was in 1997
Oh
when
my
it
God, they're
originated.
really ironing on the side of a cliff.
Is that?
if there's one wrinkle on this bitch, I'm leaving you.
Oh, my God.
In a field, that's not very extreme.
On the
On
side,
the side of a freaking duck boat.
Oh, great. Now school kids can see their future going to waste.
You know, a tractor trailer should just go and scrape the side of that bus. Just that duck boat. Should be called a dick boat because I'm sorry.
So this sport, it says the domestic chore has been performed underwater. So you're telling me that you're going to iron something with steam and hot
Hot water.
and it's going to be underwater? What?
With an
This
electric
makes no
ironing.
sense.
With an electric iron.
This is the best part. Competitors who call themselves ironists go to remote locations and iron their clothes. This has got to be one of the dumbest sports I've ever seen, and it's a professional
this is
sport.
Once again,
competitive.
this falls into the category of not weird, just fucking stupid.
So you're gonna risk your ass hanging off a freaking cliff with an
I
ironing
had
board.
another one. I had another sport, and it was called shin kicking. It's
What?
also shin
That's a
kicking.
sport?
Yeah, it's part of the Cotswold Olympic Games in England. It originated in the 17th
What's with these
century.
British and
It's also referred to as hacking or
They gotta
purring.
compete with us somehow.
I couldn't
hacking
tell.
and purring?
Hacking or purring. And it said that what they basically do is they put on these white coats. They're supposed to resemble shepherds. And what they do is they grab onto each other's collars and they kick each other in the shin until somebody
I'm
submits.
sorry, but hitting my shin on the table hurts enough. Imagine someone.
Well,
fucking
here's
kick
the
me.
Stubbing my
thing.
pinky toe hurts
Here's
just
the
as
thing.
much.
Today, today's sports, what they do is they pull their pants down and they stuff their legs full of straw, and you have to wear a soft-soled shoe, and you have to kick with the inside of your foot, but you can kick anywhere on the shin that you want, and as hard as you want.
We got to try it on the
But
balls.
they said in the
We gotta
past,
try it.
people would cheat and they would use steel toes and they would kick in the shins. Yeah, and they said that
break
there
your
were
tibia.
instances of guys training with hammers to toughen their legs up.
Oh my God.
That's like these
Shin
guys
kicking.
in where the hell is it? Freaking overseas somewhere. They kick the hell out of banana trees, which is one of the hardest trees.
It's like Fruit Ninja
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
But these are
Why do we let these people stick around like this? Like who? Like how can you get up in the morning and be like, you know what?
I'm gonna pay $200 for a ticket for this.
The real question is,
Well, I would
kick
pay
me
to
some
do.
shins.
I would pay to see it, but how do
Okay,
you get up in the morning and be like,
which
you know
one-
what? I'm gonna take 30 hammers to the shin this morning, and then I'm gonna go have coffee.
My daily regimen of hammer blows to the shin.
Hammer blows to the
out of
shin.
all of these sports, though, the only one that I would go see is the cheese rolling. Personally, like that was the only one I could see.
I don't know.
because-
The redneck game sounds
Bullshit.
pretty
I
interesting.
think the redneck games
The
would be
redneck
cool.
games. Is
Oh
something-
no, the cheese rolling, you get to
All
see
the
10
fans
people
were up at
face
the
plant.
top of the hill. That means I got to climb
No,
up
they're
a
on the
big
side of the
fucking
hill, too.
Well, I still got to climb up half a fucking hill. I don't want to do
I want to
that.
be the jackass that has to catch the guys at the
And
bottom.
nobody-
Biff's
give
going to be
him a
competing
fist.
in these redneck games, and
Hey,
he'll be.
I'd do the mud pit belly flop.
Yeah,
You'd probably win.
personally, I wouldn't want to go there at all. It'd probably rain and I don't know.
That's why it's the mud belly flop.
You have to wear a tank top in 50-degree weather, and you got to wear jeans and boots and shit. And
Well, that wouldn't be so bad, but just hanging out with some of those douches.
Joke's on you. I do that every fucking day.
that's what I said. 50 degrees, it'll be.
Mr. Wife Beater wearing right now.
All right. So, once again, to round out the show, we have Biff's
Biff,
choice
get your ass
of
in
beer
gear. Get your
and
ass
ciders
in gear.
today. Some fruity beers and ciders. But to entertain our listeners, we're going to have some background music for you. So, we're going to go ahead and pop the top off on this last topic of the day.
We're not making love to these beers.
And trust me, the music
That's
that we picked,
Biff,
we're not trying to make love to you.
Biff, put your pants back on, buddy.
Sorry, Dad.
Is that a bag or a condom? What is that?
Oh, what are we starting
Okay,
with
what-
there?
All right, we are starting right here.
We're gonna get naughty.
Ooh, what do we got?
Oh, we're missing a cup. We need another cup.
I'll just
Oh,
use
okay,
this
you're
one. Yeah. All right, let's go, Biff.
All right,
Let
we're
me see what
starting
you
off
pick.
with some Shock Top Lemon Shandy.
Shandy.
Lemon shandy.
Shandy.
Didn't that sound like you guys were talking porn stars earlier? I don't know. Lemon shandy.
Well, no, they weren't. I was.
Well, CJ said some weird shit, and
So what's this
I just
one,
wanted
Biff?
to.
It's called
Shock Top Lemon Shandy with a 4.2% alcohol.
I'm sure
volume.
I'll enjoy this. Is this a fruity
Vegas.
beer or a
This is
cider?
fruity.
You know, if that's pretty cold, I think if it's cold, I wouldn't mind that too much. I'm not a big fan of the
That
lemon,
is-
but that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I don't
It's
know.
very light.
This is my go-to beer at the bars.
Yep.
They have,
just
they
have
have
this
this
at
on
bars?
top. On
At the
tap.
bars.
Yeah.
They have that on tap,
Yeah.
like the lemon shandy.
Yep.
It wouldn't surprise me with shock top, but
All right.
That's pretty good.
Next on our list, we have Devil's Backbone Hibiscus Hard Lemonade.
I thought fucking hibiscus was a flower.
It definitely is a fucking flower.
I'm gonna look up hibiscus. What is a hibiscus?
that just sounds fancy. Hibiscus.
I had,
Also makes you
I
like
had
when-
biscuits the other day. Take the beer and take the cider, please.
I'm finishing the shock
It
top.
is.
Go ahead.
It's a flower.
It's a flowering plant. It's a giant ass flower. Look at that thing. I'm sure I'm gonna drink beer. Or
Yeah,
that's
I'm
not
sure
a
that-
beer.
This
it's
is not beer.
I want to see who
This
looks
is
at that
not beer.
flower and says beer.
Lemonade, naturally flavored.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Holy shit.
flower beer or
Wait,
flower.
wait, what's the percentage?
Is that a
say
cider?
That is a 6.1%.
Wow.
And it's rose colored.
Yep.
God, if I just wanted to be gay, Jesus, that's something that you drink when you're.
If I just
I just felt like the cowardly lion from freaking Wizard of Oz.
I have courage.
That tastes like shitty Mike's Hard Lemonade.
It tastes like
Now we-
flowers.
We're on to the Leinenkugels.
Leinenkugel.
Leinenkugel.
Some people
sorry.
refer that. I have a good friend who
Summer
refers.
Shandy.
I
If
have
you
a friend
can't
who-
read cursive, good fucking luck trying to read it. Just
It is a 4.2%.
He refers to Leinenkugels as leaky ass because it makes him shit all the time.
Oh, great. It's definitely going to make me shit then.
Well, I think Leinenkugels is a
You shit
Wisconsin
anyway.
product.
Air makes you shit.
Leinenkugel
oh,
is.
wow.
Pass it around,
Good.
Coach.
I've had it before.
Chicken Blankenburg. Yeah, Chippewa Falls was
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Chippewa Falls is where I think it started. But Leinenkugel has a nice lineup. I prefer their old style lager beer.
Leinenkugel.
Leinenkugel.
9.
Speaking Nazi shit.
What do you got
that's
for me,
that's
CJ?
not too bad.
It's better than the first one.
It's a very light one.
It's very light.
It's
good.
lighter than the shock top.
I've had it before.
Definitely
It's
lighter than the
delicious.
shock top.
All right, we got a cider fruity drink. This is Bold Rock Hard Cider Blackberry.
Why don't they just call it Big Cock or something like that?
It's because
Holy shit.
What's the percentage and everything? What is
The
it?
percentage is 4.7.
Okay,
That's nothing more than a regular beer.
that's
Like
nothing
a
bad.
Bud Light's 4.2.
Oh my god.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Bold Rock Hard Cider.
Bold Rock Hard Cider.
Blackberry.
Yep.
That's not too bad.
Oh my.
Definitely better than the hibiscus.
The hibiscus was just.
this has alcohol.
Yeah.
A little bit of
So
soap.
quick.
I feel like I'm just tasting grape juice or like
A little
strawberry
bit of soap
juice.
too, I think.
All right.
soap.
We're going a little
Yeah,
fancy.
Wash your mouth out talking like that.
We're going fancy here. Stella Artois. Cider.
Getting fancy now.
Well, I'm about to Artois my ass out of here if this doesn't taste good.
I don't have my knife to take the foam off of that. What are you doing skimping on me?
Hey, hey, hey.
All right.
Hey, hey, hey. Jesus. It's
I know
al-
we're fruity. I
it's
know we're
already
drinking
making
fruity
you-
drinks, but
These
come
fruity
on
drinks
now.
are already making you gay.
Come on, Raj.
You're gonna go home to the wife. Sorry, I like men now.
Wow.
You know, there's almost no taste. There's almost no real strong smell to it or anything like that. I mean,
Wow, what is that?
Stella Artois.
is it good? What's the ABV?
What the
on
fuck?
The alcohol
That
is 4.5.
That is delicious.
That tastes like biting into an apple.
That is absolutely delicious. That's my
That? I didn't
favorite so
ask you.
far.
What's the pricing on that?
That's
you know,
my favorite
some of
so
the,
far.
Definitely Stella is your most expensive. And then the Devil's Backbone and Bold Rocker, you're gonna be your least expensive.
Yeah, I think because they're big mass-produced guys, but Stella's probably just a more of a.
Well,
All right,
hibiscus is probably last. That's Stellar Artois.
So I'm thinking
Delicious.
Stella Artois is pretty good. I like the shandies. I like the summer beers. I like the shock top. Even though I'm not a big fan of lemon, not too bad.
But it wasn't
It was-
overwhelming.
exactly.
It had a little bit
Right.
too much.
It wasn't over the top.
But it
And
wasn't
this-
over the top.
And this was the Stella.
Stella.
Stella definitely a strong apple cider taste to it. Not bad.
That is.
Not bad.
It tastes like apple juice.
Yep. Next on our list is Angry Orchard
Angry
Rose
Orchard
Hard Cider.
Angry Orchard makes good stuff.
Angry
I got a
Orchard
friend-
just-
I got a
ugh.
friend who drinks a bunch of this shit.
Angry Orchard alone tastes like piss.
Really?
Oh, regular Angry Orchard is just not my cup
Maybe
of tea.
because he's angry.
Well, here's Rose.
Okay.
Now this is a hard cider.
Oh
though.
God, that smells terrible.
Does it?
It doesn't.
It does have an odor to it, but
It smells like it's like
the Stella.
it's a cider, but it's confused
the-
of being
the-
wine.
But here's the thing. What
That was not that good. Ugh. That was not that good.
the Stella
is,
didn't have much of a smell.
That was rough. Get that out of my sight.
It's got good flavor, but then when it goes down, it's got that
Yeah.
weird. The sensation like
Exactly.
triples.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like as soon as it hits your mouth,
Quit
it tastes
feeling
really
yourself,
good.
Sam.
My nipples got hard.
Look,
Jesus.
the thing about CJ. Can you
Jesus, we're drinking
pot
beer.
that
We're
down
not
a little
getting
bit?
it.
Just pot it down just a little.
Biff,
so we can talk
you
about
might need
this.
to explain something. Like you got
So
your
here's
nipples are
my-
getting hard, and you're
here's-
drinking fruity drinks and shit. And
Here's my thing. That whenever you a good quality drink, whatever it is, whether it's a beer, a cider, I don't care, a wine,
is
most of the time
weird.
they'll either have a mild smell to them, generally have a mild smell to them, and then what will happen is they'll have a great taste, a great sensation of taste, a strong enough taste that you enjoy it. And then the big thing for me is not having an aftertaste. No aftertaste.
Once
That
it goes down, it's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
And I'm thinking that this Angry Orchard, although it doesn't taste You know, it's not.
It
it's not
hits-
strong. It's not overpowering.
But when it goes down,
It has a bit of an aftertaste,
it hits.
and that to me would drop its rating down.
So, gentlemen, what's number one?
Oh, that Stella Artois.
Stella's
Stella.
got to
That's
be up there.
Stella Artois.
Stella and the Shandies, the two Shandies. I think Leinenkugel's is probably, for me, not quite as lemony as the Shock Top. So, but I think everybody liked the Stella.
I'm going Stella and Shock Top.
Shock Top and the Leinenkugel's, I think, could go either way. You know what? It's almost crazy. I think you could blend both those beers and have a really nice one. I think you could blend them and have a really nice one. I'm sorry, but the manufacturer, Devil Backbone, I know we had a couple of beers last week or the week before with Devil's Backbone that were very, very well liked. But just something about the hibiscus. And then I'm looking at the label, and there's a big fucking hibiscus flower on there.
Yep.
Nobody wants to drink flower juice.
Well,
Unless you're vegan or vegetarian.
or
That's
yeah, well,
vegan, isn't
no,
it?
no, that's
A
not
vegan
exactly
isn't a vegetarian.
Vegan means that you will not wear, eat, or have anything to do with that has a face.
Well, if you go to a pub and you're a guy and you pull that out,
Your man card is revoked.
well, there's gonna be some guys coming up to you looking for a number.
vegetarian means you just don't
And
eat
there's
meat.
nothing wrong with that, son. There's nothing wrong with that.
Unless
sure
you're
about
straight.
that?
No,
Unless you're straight and you're just like, you know what?
But I'm
not-
definitely
I don't
saying-
feel like having dick tonight.
Hey,
Nope.
for
not,
all,
not my
hey,
thing.
I'm talking for our fans out there and the people that are listening. Hibiscus hard lemonade is definitely it's going to be a female taste bud. I think that's where that's at.
It's just.
While it might be
Let me see it.
the biggest thing in it. It's only 130 calories.
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
because it comes from a flower.
Well, how much sugar's in it?
Let's see, carbohydrates in there. 6 grams of carbohydrates. You know, you can go with Michelob Ultra for about 2.4 grams of carbohydrates. So that's next to nothing. But I don't know. Yes, I'm down with you. Stella Artois #1, Leinenkugel and Shock Top Summer Shandy's definitely a good number 2. The Bold Rock, definitely pretty good taste. Not bad. I don't want to down anybody. Not like what was that wood booger we had last week? That was-
Booger.
Wood burger.
Yeah.
Wood booger, which was just
Just-
like eating wood boogers. You know, I don't care who they are. I would not drink that piss anymore. There's just no way. But these weren't bad.
That was
other than the hibiscus.
It looked and tasted like shit.
Yeah.
So
Anything else from you guys?
You know
So,
what?
thanks for having me on, CJ.
You know what? I liked our show. It was short. It was sweet. It was to the point. Yeah, I liked it. I liked them.
Well, from all of us here at Pub Talk, Coach CJ, Biff, and Pat,
Hey, hey.
we hope you enjoyed. But there are some sports to watch, some beers to drink, and some glasses to clink. Grab a beer, drink responsibly, and enjoy life. As always, cheers, guys.